Creed 3. Threed? Oh god no. Here we have the third installment to the Rocky spin-off franchise, focusing on Apollo Creed's son Adonis. The first two films are really solid, refreshing takes on that Rocky underdog sports genre, and this one had a lot to live up to. This is also the directorial debut of Michael B. Jordan, as well as starring as the titular character, so it's a hell of a bar to meet on your first swing. And, well, yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. There's not really much to talk about with this movie, I feel. Story-wise, it isn't anything original per se. It's beat-by-beat things that we've all seen in the past, and you can almost definitely guess the main chapters of this story from the very beginning. But just because something isn't new and original doesn't mean it can't be well executed and polished. There's so much flair and style chucked into this story that even if it's a run-by-numbers arc, it's still really refreshing to watch. Michael B. Jordan does a great job here, sitting in both chairs, and this movie explores some more darker sides of emotions, lifting this boxing movie into a bit more of an emotional level. And even then, I still think it could have dived into these themes a bit more. But nonetheless, Michael B. Jordan gives us a great performance here, as well as some really entertaining fights. And then on the other side of that coin, you have Jonathan Majors, who I loved seeing as Kang in Ant-Man 3 just recently, and I think he might be even better here. He plays a great counterpart to Adonis Creed here, unsettling upon entry, and once he's fully loose, is just a show-stealing antagonist. I really can't wait to see more of him in the future. Also, these two guys are just absolutely jacked here. It must have been an insane job getting to the level of physicality that these two reach. And it's also really entertaining not only watching these guys throw fists, but getting into some well-edited training montages. And we've all seen 100 training montages by now, but as far as they go, the ones in Creed 3 are about as good as they get. And also some banging music choices too. Actually, the soundtrack for the whole film is just great. Pretty sure one of the songs had a nod to Wakanda as well during Michael B. Jordan's training bit, and I just thought that was a fun little nod. And over to the main point of what this film is about and these two characters, and that's the fights. And the cinematography, the choreography of these boxing matches are solid. Some beautiful long one-shot takes where you just feel the weight behind every punch. Watching it, I just kept thinking to myself that these guys must have literally just beaten the crap out of each other in front of camera, because it just looked and felt so convincing. And they used some really interesting points of views and shot styles to make these long fights keep feeling refreshing and entertaining. Towards the end of the movie, one of the rounds in the boxing match has a very different style and format, and I don't want to spoil anything, but once you see it, you know exactly what I mean, but I absolutely loved that take on it. Tessa Thompson returns here too, and similarly with the last two films, she's a great sporting character here. But honestly, with the last two films, I kind of forgot about that theme of, you know, loss of hearing with the character. They dive into that even more here, because a big mention for me here was Mila Davis-Kent, a deaf actress who's her second time on screen, and she plays the role of Adonis Creed's daughter, also deaf, and absolutely crushes it. And a lot of this film revolves around sign language communication, and I think it was a really nice touch. I'm glad they put it in here. And there's really not much else to say here. It's not original per se, but it places itself on a higher pedestal than most of the other films within this genre, and if you've seen any of the Rocky or Creed films, you're definitely going to enjoy this. I actually saw this with a friend who's not seen any of those films and still had a really great time, and I believe that you don't even need to see the previous Creeds to enjoy this one. So on a whole, I would definitely recommend. But it's been out in cinemas for about a week or so already, so if you've already seen it, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe and all that, and as always, stay tuned for more reviews on movies, anime and video games. Until next time, take care guys. Bye bye.